Supernatural Season 9, Episode 13, The Purge. Now, this episode, the main focus, I think, was really so that we could, kind of get the story going between Sam and Dean and how, you know, after what Sam said, Sam and Dean aren't really the same team they used to be. And I thought it was a really good sort of one-off episode. Like, I think they've been really good this season, actually. And this one was one of the ones that kind of went closer to the roots, where it was just, little bits of the main story plot, or at least one of the main story plots, which is, a fairly new one with them being together, but not really being as close as they used to be. And, then the sort of one-off storyline, which was actually, in this one, was really good. They had funny characters like the chief that they met. I'm not sure exactly what her position was, but I thought she was kind of funny. And, just the whole concept of the creatures themselves and how, they basically, the one of the people, or one of the monsters, who was the woman, of course, she found a way to kind of coexist with people and how to survive and eat just enough while also helping humans and making obviously a ton of money with her husband, while her brother, who she had to actually demote to like being on the lunch crew, he couldn't really contain himself and he would kind of kill off humans. And that's eventually what led to all this crazy crap happening, and them, him dying, him killing her husband, and then her being, well, not really being sent, but leaving off to Peru. And I thought it was a really good episode. It kind of had its normal banter between Sam and Dean, but it threw in a little bit more serious content between them as well when they were alone. And it was just a really good episode. Like, I love, Dean in this was just silly. Like, when they were um, basically auditioning to be trainers, I thought that was just hilarious. He's like, we make people sweat, and he's like, we kick ass and take names and stuff. I'm just like, what is he doing? He's like laughing really loud and stuff. It's like he has no idea what to say, but that's what Dean does. He kind of rambles without rambling, in a sense. And it was just really funny. And, they end up working together. Sam ends up being a trainer, and he's doing like the most basic yoga poses that everyone knows. And then he's like, hold it for like 5 minutes and stuff. And the guy's like, it's normally 30 seconds. And he's just like, that's what I meant, 30 seconds. But I thought it was really cool. And, they trying to figure out their stuff. Dean knowing exactly what roofies look like as soon as he looked into the pill bottle. I thought that was really funny. And they didn't really get into it, but, he's, when Sam asked, how do you know what roofies look like? And he's just like, how do you not? It just brought up some weird stuff because it's Dean, and, there's so many reasons why he would know that, but, it's just one of the funny scenes. And then you got the more serious stuff, especially the end of this episode, where, Dean and, Sam and Dean are talking about, them being honest, and, what Sam said, he was being honest about it, and how, Dean really only helped Sam because, Dean is helping Dean as well. And, Dean says, well, if we're being honest, if the roles were reversed, and, basically I was dying, and, I was going to die to close the gates of hell, you would have done the same thing. You would have stopped me. And then Sam says, no, I wouldn't. Honestly, if things were reversed, basically he said, I would have let you die, because if you died, it would have definitely been for the greater good, because they would have closed the gates of hell. There would be like almost no problems. I mean, they'd still have the angel stuff going on right now, but I think it would be a lot simpler with just angels, and then all the demons are cast out. But I thought it was a great ending, and it's obviously gonna come up, and they'll probably end up fighting about it, like as in an actual fist fight or something, because obviously Dean was hurt by that at the end, because it's like, after all these seasons and stuff, he's kind of at this point where he's like, I'm losing my little brother, because I wouldn't let him go. In a way, he kind of lost him without losing him. So it'll be cool to see how that plays out for sure. I'm definitely excited for the next episode, because based on the preview, pretty much everyone's going to be in it. They have Cass, they have Crowley. I'll assume if Crowley's in it, they'll have Abaddon. So I think it'll be a really good episode. Unfortunately, we just have to wait until the 25th before it comes out, or it comes back on. But love this episode. Great little one-off. I thought it had the little moments where they kind of put in how they are not exactly the same team that they were before. I thought it just went really well with the story that they had, and I love the connection of the fact that one of the monsters was evil, and then the other one that was good. They're siblings. They were brother and sister, and Dean was kind of, trying to keep things, strictly business as he put it, and he was going to kill her off even though she was clearly, one of the good demons or good monsters. And Sam sort of used that against him when he mentioned, you're really nice only when it helps you out, or you're only fair about family and things like that when it's you helping yourself. So I thought that was a cool connection too, and this is just a really good one-off episode that did kind of sprinkle in the new plot line that we have of Sam and Dean not getting together. But ultimately, great episode. Really funny, the little scenes between Sam and Dean. Like I mentioned, the one woman, I thought she was just really funny and stuff. But overall, good episode. Cannot wait for the next one because they're gonna have everybody in it. But comment below, let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Favorite parts, least favorite parts, and definitely tell me, how do you guys think this is gonna end? Is it gonna be good or is it gonna be bad? Because my guess is with this show, or with any show really, I would just assume at some point it'll come to a head, they'll argue, and then they'll get over it because one of them will end up almost dying, and we'll have to see. And if it does end up going that way, and maybe Dean is almost about to die, and Sam does let him go, and I'm sure he'd come back somehow after that too. But who knows how it could really go? Because sometimes this show does things that are really surprising. So I can't wait to see. But comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.